Hey. Yeah, it's hard to tell if the texture of the screen is. Anyway. Yeah, I just had some plant help. It was really interesting because I didn't expect to go into the shadow in quite that way. I don't know, and I'm still trying to make some hope and meaning out of it. And trying to learn to live from the core or whatever this is. Even though I have so many protective mechanisms that make me want to just hate it, hate this, hate myself. So this time, it was, beautiful, fascinating. Just the tile work in the in the bathroom was, not just gorgeous and intricate and moving in this just unique way. Just happening for the moment, just whimsical, and kind of also like three-dimensional. It was very ghostly, like especially at the periphery of my vision. It was almost more vivid, but of course, you can't look there because it's no longer in the periphery when you look there. And it feels like this intelligence, like an alien trying to communicate. And it has such mercy because I don't know why it has mercy, but it just took me into the just it added whimsy and beauty and artistry and joy to some moments. It didn't have to do that. It's very kind to do that. And in my little calculated human way, I kept trying to get behind and behind and behind so that I could find some ultimate authority or vantage point where I could feel safe, where I get a toe, where I have a toehold of some kind. And that's the whole problem. And so then the next phase was, oh, and by the way, also the blinds in the kitchen were so just symbols and curlicues, and it's so whimsical. And it's like maybe it's just my own brain doing that essentially, but with the presence of maybe it's an intelligence, maybe the interaction is more than the sum of its parts. I'm having cocoa now, so it's nice to kind of like the intelligence of the cacao is meeting through me with the intelligence of the fungus fruit. Or maybe there's no intelligence. Maybe it's all just chemistry. We tell nice stories, give it meaning. We're supposed to get to know story, right? We're supposed to get to just naked existence. Why do I have deja vu so much? Like, it's crazy. Maybe I'm just repeating myself. But yeah, the tiles. I like the services of planets. And, it's such a miracle that we have all these planets. I don't care what I sound like, okay? It is a miracle that we have all these diverse and fascinating planets and dwarf planets to explore. I mean, we have quite a playground, quite a cage. And there's an angry part of me that kept insisting, like, do we amuse you? Do our tears, our suffering, is it fun for you? Are you watching? You watching us crucify ourselves trying to please you? Go into whatever shadow we're supposed to fucking go into. Just wallow in that shit. Is that what you want? You gonna give us a prize? A cookie? Some extra slop? It's such an ungrateful, like, impudent, tough little part, Can find stand up to the universe, stand up to God. Tell God what's what. Tell God to fuck off. And that's the thing, that's the task apparently. Because the next part wasn't so fun, and I would, complain about it not being so fun. But yeah, just trying so hard to get all the way under the shadow, all the way to it. Not necessarily under it, but like embodying it, embodying the worst. I am lazy. I am selfish. I am immature. And worthless is kind of a meta. What's the word? Attribute? Meta attribute. I'm just wondering right now what my auto-generated thumbnail's gonna look like. Like that maybe? Can I get that one? Yeah. Anyway, what am I? And not just me, but yeah, I'm judgmental, I'm cold, I'm I think we did selfish already, afraid, hateful, wasteful, all the things. It's true. I can be all those things. And there's a certain relief in not running from that anymore. Just it's here. It's things I have been, it's things I can be. And now I don't have to waste energy running from that. It's kind of weird. Like when you're in it, when I was in it, it was, yeah, this weird liminal state where there was different levels of consciousness going on. Like, and I kept wondering who's watching? Who's watching all this? And I kept sort of retreating to, rickety, what's the word? Identity structures. Like, okay, I'm a middle aged housewife, pathetic, stupid, tripping balls. Who cares? I'm a stereotype. Pathetic. I don't know what love is. I don't know how to love. I don't know how to love myself. I don't know how to. I mean, maybe this is part of it. Maybe this is like unconditional acceptance. Like, yes, I am lazy. I can be. I have been. I will be again, probably. All these things. All the worst things. And I was, feeling this just sort of like oozing slug of just the crap. Like I was apologizing to the trees, apologizing to the fungus. Like, we're not a good species. We're full of a lot of stupid shit. And we're probably not going to make it. We're probably not going to make it. You guys will carry on. Fix whatever we break. There's we're not special, even like the mosquito. I sat there and watched a mosquito drink my blood because why shouldn't I give him a drink? Who the fuck am I? A grasshopper came and like perched on the lip of my tea mug, and I just watching his little heartbeat or whatever was pulsating in his little thorax. upper abdomen. I don't know. This long, graceful antennae. They're like so much longer than he was. Just a work of art, you know? What am I? Just a ball of neuroses, you know? It's kind of a relief to just be the worst. Let the whole shadow catch up. I am the worst. I am pathetic. I'm a loser. I don't know how this is coming across, but it's like there's like a kinship with all the things that don't do what they're supposed to, all the things that don't know what they're doing, all the things that feel broken or wrong, or are so clueless they don't even know they're broken and wrong. And of course, broken and wrong are just judgments. Doesn't mean it. It doesn't mean anything. I know ultimately nothing is broken and no one is wrong. You know, but living that is something else. I just want to project this crap onto somebody else. I want to say it's out there and hate whatever's out there because I'm so sick of hating myself. But that's not gonna. I don't know. It's the fungus helped me hate myself. You know, it's Lisa's honest. Lisa's honest. I'm not running from that anymore. I just hate. I'm just the worst. I'm just a pathetic loser. I don't know how to do life. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna do it wrong. And that's like, I don't know. It is what it is. And there's still some grandiose parts that are like, now I'm on the path to being the next, Rupert Spira or whatever. Spear? I don't know. Or Jack Cornfield. But that's like, that's projection too. That's not authentic. That's not present. That's imagining me somewhere else, someone else. I can't be anyone else or anywhere else. And I know that, but and I have to keep getting this lesson drummed into my thick head because I get it, I forget it. I get it, I forget it. And I'm waiting for my, some kind of breakthrough to make me look or sound different. Some new identity, some new pose, some new role. Waiting for Godot, I finally understood that play. really deeply felt touched by, my memory of that play, which, it can just seem. Yeah, no, I get it now. I get it now. I feel like I do. I feel like I have a kinship with the person who wrote that, what they were trying to share, to make someone feel less alone, feel understood. I'm trying to be earnest here. It's not easy for me. When I was in the ayahuasca, there was a message, I guess, that following an earnest impulse it closes loops. And I don't know, something elegant and poetic about that. And it's not easy for me because earnestness was not. I have such deja vu again. I probably said this before. Earnestness was not tolerated, much less rewarded when I was a kid. It's hard to get back to that childlike impulse. You can feel the boot coming, you can feel the slap coming, you can feel somebody's going to beat that out of you. And it's not allowed. It's not okay. You're not okay. And then another part comes and says, pull yourself together, you pathetic 44-year-old with mommy issues. That's not helpful. It's like my identity structure needs to know it's got everything boxed up. It's got everything boxed in. It's got every scenario accounted for. So yeah, getting out of that box. Not for the faint of heart, We humans we're not very good at it. Certainly Western humans, it's almost like in the short term we were rewarded for boxing ourselves in. Like evolutionarily, technologically, whatever. It seemed like it was the way to go. It seemed like it was our only hope against a hostile universe. And then we went out and crushed anyone who dared to stay open, who dared to be earnest and kind and connected. Somehow the universe allowed Westerners to crush what was best about themselves and what was best about others in the name of, like, I don't know. But you can't say that's bad necessarily because it has benefits too. Creativity, sort of more whimsical curly cues of creativity. Maybe we just all need to bang on things and dance around the fire. Don't need all these curly cues and Beethoven and Henry Miller and shit. All that's doing is trying to get us back to the fucking fire, right? Back to a sense of connection, a presence. This thing that we stamped out so that we could supposedly survive and thrive. I don't know, there's lots of frameworks for what that means and what might happen, and maybe it was inevitable. Maybe you just have to, it's just kind of like this relative hell that we've had to go through to more sophisticatedly appreciate what we left behind. It's starting to percolate back in fits and starts from like ceremonial cacao is a thing now, even in Tulsa. Of course, a lot of people are just throwing it in their lattes, but who knows? Maybe it's talking to us a little bit. And then I looked at myself in the mirror, just being like, all right, this is it. I'm the worst. That's it. I'm the worst. And I felt a kind of connection and kinship with ancestors. People who lived from their own core, I guess. I don't know how to speak from my core. I don't know how to live from my core. I don't know how to love myself or anyone else. I'm learning. I'm trying. I'm not going to be anything. This is it. Take it or leave it. It's hard to, it's quite a come down, and I've tried to embody this before, but it's always like swing and a miss, you know? Like, you get close and then something, like, takes you back off course again. Because it's scary. It's really, really scary. It's terrifying. When you get right to it, when you start to touch in, it's terrifying and it's sad. Yeah, I guess, like, the Wall of Grief poem. You have to go through that grief. It's real. You no longer have the fairy tale luxury of imagining things being other than they are. And so, what is this disappointment? What is this feeling of wanting to escape? You know, this is how dare I be disappointed in this absolute banquet? I'm not allowed to be such an ingrate, but I'm allowing myself. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I'm ungrateful. I'm petulant. I don't know where else to go. Just straight in. I'm the worst. Own it. It's there. I get cocoa anyway. And I don't deserve it. I don't deserve cocoa. There are people who are much, much better people than I am who don't have the luxury of a nice house and a cup of cacao. I don't deserve this. Just sitting with that fact. I don't deserve anything. Nobody does, really. Although I was just watching a video the other day. Somebody was asking, why do so many good and innocent people die young? And the teacher said, why do you assume being a good person means you get a long life or you get good things? You know, quote unquote good. It's just a story. It's just a belief. And I had a feeling, you know, there's been major extinction events in this planet's history. And It took some tens of thousands or millions of years, but things always rebound. There's new species. You don't have to get so attached to polar bears, gorillas. It's such a paradox because, of course, you should help people and animals when you can, kind to them. But at the same time, not get attached. Let them come and go, let them suffer. You can't wipe away anyone else's suffering, you can't remove it. You can help, you can be kind, you can listen, be present. You can even make efforts, nothing wrong with that. Again, the critic is coming like, saying I'm pathetic for being, earnest about these things. Like a child, like a naive child, like a silly child. I'm going to allow it. I'm the worst. What else are you going to say to me? I'm already the worst. What else are you going to do to me? I accept it. I have every human flaw, all of them. Now the critic says, oh, you're being grandiose. You think you're going to redeem the human race by I don't know. Embodying the shadow. I don't want to say, no, look, I'm just saying I'm the worst. I'm just trying to. Just going to hang out there for a while. I don't know what's going to happen next. This isn't part of any story or script that I'm aware of. Maybe it is. Maybe there's an archetype I'm following, like to the letter. I just don't know it. I don't know. I just tried my best to, like a stone sinking to the bottom of the pool. I just wanted to get to the bottom, whatever it is. Take me there. It's okay. I'm not going to suffer any more than I'm already suffering. I'm already suffering from this sense that I'm doing life wrong. Just I'm horrible. Cosmic mistake. I'm the worst. But I was running from that, and now I'm just like, okay, fine, I'm the worst. That's it. I'm the worst. I'm horrible. Not running from that. Okay, I'm horrible. All the horrible things, anything you want to throw at me, that's including narcissistic for paying this much attention to my neuroses at all. And yeah, just horrible for, because I have so many I have a wonderful life on a garden planet, and I managed to fuck it up just by being neurotic. That's horrible. Okay, I'm horrible. What do you want? I'm horrible. Stupid. I don't know if this is going anywhere. This is just where I'm at right now. I'm right there with all the other humans being horrible and stupid. And waiting for Godot. Like I'm embodying the shadow. The shadow is me right now. What am I doing? I could have, there's plenty of more productive things I could do than sit here making a YouTube video that nobody's going to watch. It's pathetic. It's stupid. I'll go on Facebook again tomorrow and project my hatred onto other people, and it'll be another day of humans being horrible. I'm owning it. That's something, right? Maybe not. Who knows? Who decides? And I keep hoping somehow joy will be on the other side of something, but there's no other side. This is it. So this is my it right now. I'm horrible. The shadow is right here. It's me. cold. I'm calculating. I'm wanting to be loved when I don't know how to love. I'm wanting to give advice when I don't know how to listen. Full of shit. I'm completely full of shit. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm doing. On any level. This might be a complete dead end. This might be me for the rest of my life. I might, for all I know, I might just be like, oh, I realize I'm horrible. Okay, I'll be a horrible person for the rest of my life. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Mushrooms kind of fuck with me, man. The last ones this summer, I kept looking through these different, just pathetic pathetic characters. And I kept like, whose eyes am I looking through? That was a question I kept asking. Whose eyes am I looking? What perspective am I looking from right now? And it was just, I don't know, just one cynical part after another, I guess. And one kind of, little kind of pathetic puppy dog part, just trying to find love somewhere, belonging somewhere, failing. It's just so pathetic in there. And kind of at the end, I was like, we were together in this little room, this little stuffy room. Oh my God, this is our life. We're stuck in this stuffy little room. And there was no absolution, there was no resolution, there was no climax, there was no. I mean, I guess, after the session was over, I went outside. It was beautiful. I felt the being of the trees and all that, but I knew the box was waiting. It felt very just kind of in your face that you're limited and miserable. Okay, thanks. And this time too, I don't know, I'm always looking for the narrative arc, the structure, the hero's journey, whatever. Maybe that's a myth. Maybe that's a nice story that doesn't happen for everybody. Maybe I'm just awful. The end, that's the moral of the story. There is no story. It's just humans are just kind of awful and we're doomed. We're not going to make it. I can't even. I have every advantage and I fuck it up too. So, okay. That's it. We're the worst. I'm the very worst though, because I have so many advantages and I still fuck it up. So I'm the very, very, very worst. Special like that. I have mushroom help. And I had moments of joy and gratitude. But I knew they were temporary. Everything's temporary though, so what's the difference? I don't know. That feeling of dread of being hopeless and horrible. It's in the surface now. I feel like I'm possessed. And I don't know what to do. I don't know who I am. I want to feel close to and worthy of ancestors who had kinship and belonging with existence, who were kind of chill, chill about it all. Did a good job being part of a very flawed species. Be kind. I don't even know how to do that. I'm afraid I'll fuck that up too. I tend to think it's give people advice they didn't ask for. Doesn't go so well. Even if it's an earnest impulse, it doesn't go well. I need to learn to listen. But I'm another insecure woman who lives from out here. Not my gut, not my core. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to learn. So just groping blindly with some plant help, kicking my ass. But it is somewhat of a relief to just fully be the worst. I am just the worst. The worst of the worst of the worst. Worse than a war criminal. Because I know better. I do. I know better. And I can't do better. So even war criminals, I don't know what they're doing. I know what I'm doing and I still do it. So I'm worse than them. And I don't know how to stop. I don't know where to go for help. Don't know how to help myself. So that's it. I'm awful. Pathetic. I'm a loser. Feeling kinship with all the world's losers.